Good morning, class. My name is Stephanie Teneo, and I'm going to be talking about interracial marriages. And I came about this title because I was reading an article on the CNN magazine. Mrs. Chen talks about the rapid growth of interracial marriage that has occurred in the United States. And she also had a group to help her with this article, and they are from the Pew Research Center. And the study that they have was that in 1940, the increase that we have experienced was a 6.8%. And then by 2011, we had about 15% of more married couples reporting marriages outside their race or ethnicity. And that was pretty amazing because before, that was not allowed in certain countries. About 7 countries did not allow people to marry outside their own race or ethnicity. And an example of this was a case that happened in 1958. And this case was called Loving versus Virginia. And Loving was a white man who was in a relationship with this black woman called Mildred Jeter. And they fell in love and they went to Columbia just to explore one another and to really get to know each other. And they ended up getting married. So after a few years of their marriage, they came back to Columbia and they experienced something very unexpected. They charged Mr. Loving for violating the race statute, the law that did not allow them to actually marry outside their own race. And Loving decided to fight against this because the only way that they would drop the charges was if he would leave Virginia and spend 25 years without returning. And that was something that he couldn't sustain, and he wanted change. So he fought in the Supreme Court, and he used the 14th Amendment to fight back and to say that this is violating and we are also discriminating by race. And throughout the years, he ends up winning the case, and that allowed people to marry and to not discriminate of who you marry or who you want to be in a relationship with. And also, we have researchers, and we also have Lucy and Bethany, and they research about the same, and they quote on their research, the number of interracial couples is growing, and more people are dealing with cross-race perception. And one of the perceptions, we have John Zhang, who continues this statement, and he's a marriage consultant, and he says that we have a myth about interracial marriage, and we believe that some people believe that they won't work, that they wouldn't work out, and it says it's very difficult to sustain, therefore it's more reliable that they end up in divorce. So people should not even bother to be in a relationship with a different race because it wouldn't last. But he proves that that's not true, and he did a research based on his experience and his encounters with different people that are in international racial marriage. And he quotes that interracial marriages is not any worse than a regular marriage. They still have the same problem. They still have the same deals and that comes with marriage and difficulties and obstacles that they face. So he ends up his research by saying that success of a marriage depends on how they resolve their seemingly small problems more than those larger life differences, whether it's culture, ethnic background, or even religion. If a person loves another, they should be willing to fight and work on it to make their relationship strong. And if they want to work it out, it would happen. And this is so new to us, although that many people still have their little thoughts and their opinions about different race being together. United States is more open. America is more open to be with somebody or actually converse or have a relationship with a different ethnic group, because we have so many immigrants coming in each year. And we have immigrants in the United States, and Stephen A. Camarota, he normally writes the population that we have in the United States, and he keeps a tally of how many immigrants come to America each and every year. And his tally says that 1.2 million legal and illegal immigrants combined now settle in the United States each year. And another statistic about his tally is that the number of immigrants living in the United States has then tripled since 1970, from 9.6 million to 28.4 million immigrants in the United States. As a percentage of the U.S. population, immigrants have more than doubled from 4.7 in the 1970s to 10.4% in the 2000s. So we are constantly having different race in our community, in our state, in the United States. So this is a reason why we are more accepted. We have an acceptance to receive other people from different race, or actually marry someone from a different country. And I want to close by saying that interracial marriages is an experience. And as United States of America, as a citizen, we are more willing to allow interracial marriage. And it is going to keep on growing because the immigration is growing, and our acceptance is very broad, and we are more modernized. So thank you so much, and that's all.